Hi there everyone, it's me, the Romanian Regent, and today we are coming back to Hearts of Iron 4, this time to Road to 56, because this mod is just so damn good, and you just make them a lot better. But today, we are here to restore the glory of Spain. And this time, I'm feeling adventurous, so we are gonna be playing with historical off, and we're also going to make all the AIs be random. We are going to play the Second Spanish Republic. After Columbus's journey and his discovery of the Americas, the Spanish Empire, fresh off its religious fervor after completing the Reconquista and pushing the Muslim barbarians out of the Spanish peninsula, decided to spread Christianity to the Americas. And for gold, glory and God, we forged an empire that stretched all the way from the Rocky Mountains of California, all the way down into the fertile plains of Argentina. The influx of gold and silver made us the first superpower that the world had ever seen. Our power was unmatched. Unfortunately, Spain was plagued by an even bigger problem: incompetent leaders. They brought us into several wars of religion to try and consolidate control over Europe. These endeavors failed, and after the War of Spanish Succession, in which the French tried to consolidate control and become the new hegemon of continental Europe, our country was left devastated. But we survived as a superpower, although as new colonial powers such as the British and French started to expand their influence in the world, our empire was on the decline. But with the rise of Napoleon in France, we decided to align ourselves with him and join the continental system in an attempt to survive his wrath. But this turned out to be for none, for the treacherous French scum tried to puppet us by putting his brother Joseph in charge of our nation. Our armies were crushed and stood no chance. But the Spanish people themselves never gave up. They fought a brutal guerrilla campaign, and with the help of the Portuguese and British, we were able to eventually push out the French. But these wars cost us dearly. Our country, already backwards and non-industrialized, was devastated, leaving our country a shell of its former self. After the conclusion of the Peninsula Wars, Ferdinand VII continued to rule our nation, and under his disastrous rule, we lost almost all of our American possessions. Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, all lost in wars of bloody independence that cost both of us dearly. And the treacherous scum, knowing of his upcoming death, decided to revert the Salic Laws and implement the so-called Pragmatic Sanctions, allowing his daughter Isabella II to become Queen of Spain. This treachery would not be allowed to stand, and thus Infante Carlos Maria Isidro rallied the Carlist movement behind him and challenged the rule of Isabella II and her Christiano supporters. Unfortunately for Spain, this endeavor failed, with Isabella and her liberal allies managing to take control of Spain, and her being deposed in 1833 and forming the first treacherous Spanish Republic. This fake republic was once again overthrown in the Bourbon Restoration. In 1874, this fake Kingdom of Spain was ruled by the son of an Italian monarch. And in 1931, the army refused to defend him due to the low support he had from the Spanish people. He fled Spain, and thus an even more treacherous republic was formed in 1931. This coalition of leftists and liberals tried to modernize the country in 1932, forbidding the influence of the church in our nation. In a hilarious turn of events, the liberals were betrayed by their socialist allies as a revolution was triggered in October 1934, with the province of Asturias seeing particular unrest. And even now, 4 years later, the failed Sanjurjada military coup still lingers over our nation, crippling our ability to reform and administer our army. The 1934 general strike of the socialists still remains in our nation, as the workers demand increased pay and benefits, with reduced working hours. They even failed to keep political violence away, as political assassinations have become now order of the day. But even now, there is a movement whose flames have been burning for a century now: the Carlist movement. Infante Carlos may be dead, but his legacy still lingers on. and our movement is still very much alive, with our militias training unceasingly for the time when we will once again be needed to defend Christianity and champion the return of the rightful king. And as we have seen, the fledgling Second Republic failed to protect the values of religion, family and property. And if the Parliament will not submit to the will of the people, we shall eliminate and unroot it. Spain only possesses 25 million people under its rule, and thus we cannot be expected to win through sheer numbers. Instead, we will pursue to dominate the skies and to construct flying fortresses that will bring ruination to the homelands of our enemies far away. And we will begin by investing in our future stronghold in Burgos. We will also focus mainly on assembling enough artillery pieces for our army to utilize. I'm just going to seize 15 trains since this extremely low stability is not going to transmit to me when the civil war starts. 200 political power? Yes, please. Now it's time for the 1936 elections, for only from the ashes of the Second Republic can a new, stronger Spain be forged from. And this starts a power struggle for control of Spain. We will have to immediately go for political assassinations, and we will have to try to keep it on time. Look at this Humpty Dumpty looking guy, look at his glasses. Come on man, you're not the president, you're just a figurehead. And again with the political assassinations. Wait, recent immigration influx? Let me read you this. Recent policy and good living conditions within the Spanish Republic have caused a recent influx of immigrants. My dude, we're gonna have a fucking who are these 4,000 people? We're gonna have a civil war in like a few months. What the hell are you talking about? These people be crazy. Anyway, we will also have to ensure that the army of Africa, pretty much the only competent army under the Spanish flag, is able to quickly arrive to help us. Okay, I just noticed something. What is the coalition name of France? The ADRIRRSPRSFR coalition. Is this some kind of cheat code? If I introduce that code, am I gonna get like a buff in the game? Like, what is that name? And even more political assassinations, because why not? If you can't tell, Spain is currently a bit of a mess. Oh, and it seems like, yeah, we have a German civil war and a Swedish communist uprising, eh? If you take a look right now, you can see that I have 3 of my 4 research slots focused on just researching air modules. Yeah, we're gonna have a really strong dominance in the skies. We're gonna have a really strong dominance in the skies, what? Oh, and it seems like Portugal is going communist. That's not good at all. I hate that. Do we want to get Franco, who will strengthen the nationalists? I think we'll just get a little more political power and send him to the Canary Islands. The Chinese Soviet Republic declared war on the Ma clique. Okay, I guess Japan is gonna have a field day in Asia because there will be absolutely no united front. Czech, you better be ready to fight Japan in 1936 alone, by the way. And there you go, 3, 2, 1, and here is the Spanish Civil War. And by God, fatherland and king, we will win and save Spain. And right now we are in a 10 years alliance with the nationalists. So we'll just prepare something behind their backs. Oh, and look at that, the beautiful army of Africa. They have artillery and shock troops. Oh yes. And we will just have to quickly move our troops into positions to take as much land as possible before the front lines solidify. Oh god, and France is having a civil war. Let's go. Okay, so we took this one port in the north, but we still have to take Bilbao. Right, and our elite troops have arrived. Now we immediately first secure Galicia for our Carlist movement. And finally we took Bilbao. Now these troops are encircled. I mean, I'll just say we are holding extremely well. We have took basically 2,000 casualties and the Republicans have taken 30,000. Okay, this has been going really well. We have lost 170 guns and they have lost nearly 5,000. We have lost more guns from attrition than from a natural battle. There you go. Now we can consolidate the front line. Right, let's see if we can push through. Oh my god, we're destroying them. Shock troops are so good. Oh my god, we're gonna encircle them. We're gonna actually do it. There you go, the suckers are encircled now. It's literally a 10-to-1 casualty ratio. It's basically 10k versus 90k casualties. We are absolutely dumbstering them. They can't even compare to us. Are you serious? Another communist revolution. Oh, and the anarchists are out. There they go. Honestly, at this point, I might just say screw it and just say go. Just to weaken the other sides as much as possible. And no compromise on Carlist ideals. Hopefully also get control of Valladolid. I think that's the name, whatever. They just encircled my troops, they just did that. I'll have to micro a lot over here. So the good news is that most of Spain's troops are in the south. So maybe there is a chance that I could reconnect with these troops. I'll have to pin them down in certain places. 36 troops, okay, that's really good. First, we'll begin by getting war economy. I would really like to get total mobilization, but the manpower just doesn't allow me. And we'll start to get limited conscription. Sure, and just start building some military factories. And just put down a front line and push. Für Gott, King und Vaterland. And there you go, we managed to reconnect our troops. I'll just have to snake everywhere. And we had defeated the Phalangists. Now to sweep away what remains. Man, we will finish this civil war really early, it's only June 1937. Logistical wizard? Yes, please. And can begin our crusade against democracy. By God himself, with the divine right to rule, democracy is not only an insult to the king, it is a blasphemy against the very will of God. This blight must not be allowed to exist upon the world any longer. The Republicans just, there they go, I was going to say that they refused to capitulate, but now they're dead. I will get grand battle plan. Yes, it sounds weird, but it has to be done. And political loyalty together with state serves the military is a wonderful combination. Man, these shock troopers are so good, Jesus. Ah, beautiful encirclements. And now go full offensive. Germany at war again. It's October 37. Why the hell are you at war? Are you guys at war already? Can the French and Germans not have a war for 5 seconds? And we'll expand the requetes. If we want to achieve our ambitions of eliminating democracy off the face of the earth, we will have to expand our relatively small army. Right, let's just take Barcelona. I won't kill these 2 divisions. Maybe they'll give me some equipment. Carlist forces under the rule of Manuel File have finally defeated their Phalangist and Republican enemies and secured full control over Spain. With the war over, many Carlists impatiently await when their efforts are rewarded and the rightful Carlist claimant will at last ascend the Spanish throne. La guerra la terminada. And we have lost a lot of our troops, but it is alright. Carlist intellectual, because we now have to core all of Spain. Other nations try to core other territories. We have to core back our country every few years. That's just how good Spain is.
I'm built different.
And all of these guys are veterans. That is so awesome. Oh my god. If I declare war on France and it's just Germany v France. There's nothing else. It's just this short border. Realistically, they won't be able to defeat each other very quickly. If I just declare war on France, I could quickly rush in. I think I'll let them grind themselves on each other a little more. I know, I just want to go for this research slot. But no, we have to settle the question of succession. Realistically speaking, we only need 3 of these elite divisions to really destroy everyone in our way. Oh, and it seems like they are expanding the front into Luxembourg and the Netherlands and everything. Germany, please don't kill yourself. I need you to be alive for some while. And of course, we will do what must be done and bring Xavier of Bourbon-Parma to power. Or at least promise to bring him to power when the time comes. Oh, and Defenders of Catholicism, more political power. Yes! And the second Russian Civil War. Oh my god. I was going to say a lot of countries are going communist, while the Russians seem to be going the other way. But oh my god, France, what the hell is up with you? Right, let's go after Portugal at least. If anyone dares guarantee them Germany, you better not. I'm seeing you here, you better not guarantee them. Ooh, they cut them off at the Rhine over here. That's good. That is good. You know what? Restore the monarchy. We have to quickly get our nation together. Man, there are so many good focuses around here. This is so good. And now Javier is back to power. Ooh, Another 10% stability? I will take that. Now we will stamp out the Marquis. We are getting the compliance up slowly but surely. The war is going okay. Probably they can hold at the Rhine over here and that's fine. They just have to not die, please. Air reformer, I need my air experience pronto. Now for 40 political power we can begin to integrate these areas, finally. But come on, 40, don't you think that's a bit exaggerated? The rallying cry of the Carlists exemplifies and serves as a reminder that we all play a small part in the defense of Catholicism, our local communities and the Spanish nation as a whole, and the ultimate sovereignty of our king, God, fatherland and king shall be restored. United States Civil War, here we go. Hey, Hoover's back in power, baby. Let's go after Portugal. Oh, Germany's making a comeback, okay. Right, and we will not annex Portugal, but instead puppet it. Let's justify on France also. 40 days, we are going in. I'm not letting Germany get all of the fun here, come on. What the hell is... I could take Germany on, like, what do you mean that both sides only have 500,000 troops? What is this garbage? We'll restore the empire, our empire. Or actually no, my new and improved empire. And we declare war on France right the hell now. And go full offensive. The fall of Paris. You go for Brest, you go for 𝘾𝘼𝙍𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬 puppets. Right, and we managed to get ourselves quite an ugly puppet in France. No offense to you, but you're not exactly the prettiest to look at. We'll also restore our union with Portugal, and they can of course refuse, and they accept. Look at that. Now we have also cored their lands. Look at how beautiful this is. We managed to core all of Portugal in one day, but we are still struggling to core our own country. Right, now we can finally go for these research slots. I really want them. And another research slot. Man, we're gonna have 6 research slots. We're gonna be a research powerhouse. How are you doing, Stalin? You don't look that good. I've just realized, if you wanted to make like a really reliable disaster save game, you just start the second Russian Civil War, and then you tag switch to Stalin, and then you'd have to figure out how to fight all of this. I'm sure someone could do it. Hey, Japan, my friend, would you accept my attaché? Very good, thank you, thank you. I definitely do not want it only for the XP. 6 research slots. Oh, yes. Yes, expanded special forces training. I want more mountaineers, please. Let's advance our doctrine, right? And that's basically all of our doctrine done. Yes, now we can reduce France's autonomy. Another 20 military factories, yes. And now we can start building our super bomber. Beautiful. Now here's the thing. Britain is landing in Italy. I do not want that. I do not want that. Poland formed the 𝘼𝙍𝙬𝙬. Look, they have Poland, Ukraine, and Hort over here. Oh, the Soviets are so dead. It's so over. Germany, please don't die. I'll send some divisions to help you. Don't die on me, please. Italian Civil War. Germany, please. Don't. Just don't. Yeah, they're dead. Okay, the Allies have Brazil. This is not okay. No. You know what? No, I cannot stand beside and watch while the counterbalance to Germany falls. I'm just going to justify on someone. 15 days, let's go. I cannot allow Germany to die. I just can't. And we declare war on Britain. Come on, that is a big Switzerland. Yup, and there go the Soviets. Now the Russians can begin to reconstruct in 1941. I was going to invade Iceland, but then Germany, democratic Germany this time, keep in mind, just decided to kill itself by declaring war on both the Russian Empire, which is part of the co-prosperity sphere together with Japan, I'm guessing, yup, 𝘿𝙀𝙎𝙬𝙬, and also on me. They declared war on me, and they are also toward Czechoslovakia over here. That's just wonderful. You know what? Another trip to Germany doesn't seem that bad. I would like to have Berlin for myself. We can declare war on Iceland later anyway. There goes Berlin. Oh yeah, they joined the Allies. Germany was born into the world just to die, just to suffer. I'm getting a lot of factories from this, so thank you, Germany, for killing yourself like that. This straight up looks like a Kaiser Redux modifier. Like, look at that. Political power, division speed, 5% recruitable population. That is massive. Attack, defense, recovery rate. Jesus, that's so good. Oh, even more democratic nations are gonna die now. Thank you. Russia, you can deal with that yourself. You can have those lands. I might just leave an army in Europe just to deal with whatever BS happens. As you can see, I'm just kind of building a few steel mills. I really liked it. They should really put this in HOI 4. Because if I'm playing in Spain, how would I even build planes? If the British just blockade me, I just cannot get aluminium. Maybe I could get it from Hungary, but where would I get rubber from? Just from rubber refineries, I guess. This just allows me to be self-sufficient in aluminium. Ooh, I can... Oh, this is fun. I can just borrow some military factories from Germany. Sure, just send them to Galicia. Thank you very much. Oh, and Britain, thank you for all the factories. I'm so thankful for this. Let's see how many we can take home with us. Egypt? Sure, I'll take a few. You know what, I'm sick of France. They took my airport. This game has been characterized by people taking my land that I conquered. Czechoslovakia took this part of Germany. Germany took several parts of Africa from me. Austria took Switzerland from me. I'm just going to destroy the whole world. Let's go after the Frenchies. The communist ones. Yeah, and they have no troops. They are all in the Americas. Look at that. We've got ourselves a beautiful Republic of India puppet. Look at that, the invasions are going pretty well. Japan? Get the... I swear, if Japan is the final boss I will defeat. As you can see, I'm beginning to bomb America. Yeah, the Japanese are landing everywhere. This war is gonna end pretty soon. Really? Italy revolted? Screw you. I just noticed, the Great Third East Asian Co-Prosperity Theory is massive. Yeah, Russian Empire, Third Rome, whatever. Look at how gigantic they are. And there you go. We have got our final victory against the Americans. And we have brought down the scourge of democracy upon this world. Well, the Holy Alliance is looking quite good. Would you agree? And I have literally just noticed that the Chinese United Front is still in this province in Qinghai. Why? China has 150 million manpower. Good lord. Even though the scourge of democracy has been expunged from this world, there still exists the Oriental threat, which threatens to sweep over our nation with its millions of barbarians. I do not believe there is any point in delaying the inevitable conflict with the savages in the east. We will also make sure to terror bomb Moscow on the ground, and we are absolutely slaughtering them. They stand no chance. One plane lost on our side versus 130 planes lost on their side. Yeah, level 10 forts don't really matter when you just have like 3 million men attacking you. Actually, screw it. Scraping the barrel. We're going all in. Japanese Romania, come on. Let's see, this conflict has been going on for about 2 months, and I've taken around 700,000 casualties and they 1.5 million. I like this. This is just microwing hell, just clicking and clicking and clicking until the enemy is dead. Oh, they start using nukes on me? Alright, I see how we play this. I want to see how many casualties this is. Yeah, I'm just going for a small offensive through Belarusia. St. Petersburg will be ours soon. Oh, we can drop one nuclear bomb on St. Petersburg. I have suffered 6.5 million casualties. Free me from this hell on, please. There goes Moscow too. 392 cavalry divisions have just been deployed in France. Now guess what, that we annexed them. We can take these and... just like that, 4.2 million manpower has appeared out of nowhere. Just made some motorized to help me take whatever remains of Russia. Hold on, I'm just upgrading my rail network to have a bit more supply in these regions. So, I've just noticed that I literally just look like the German Reich in 1943, but a bit bigger. Oh my god, I love this look of this. All the way from Iberia to Nizhny Novgorod over here. Beautiful. This is what a true HOI 4 encirclement looks like. Look at this. Right now I'm literally fighting a war through Central Asia. I literally just built supply hubs to go through all of this. It's actually quite fun. Damn, this is so fun, this is so stupid. This is so weird. Look, I'm just building a level 5 railway here and then connected. Now finally pushing to Manchuria from Central Asia. This is the longest game I've ever had in HOI 4 ever, I think. No, I don't think there's any game longer than this that I played ever. I have lost 4 million men in the last 12 months, Jesus. There you go, we have broken their back in Asia. 18 million casualties to 42 million. I'm broken. China is finally falling, Jesus. There goes China finally. It really is road to 56. I've been playing for 20 years. A third of the Spanish population is just dead. We have finally landed in Japan. Help us. We have won. We have won. It happened when we are celebrating in Madrid, after we defeated the Japanese and Chinese resistance. We first heard reports of revolts in Alma-Ata and Shiva. Our garrison scrambled, taking the newly built Siberian railways back to the west and east, just to escape. This precipitated a collapse in the east, with most of Siberia breaking away into independent warlord states, with the revolts going as far west as Volgograd and Petrovsk. The first nations to arise out of this anarchy was the Republic of Turkestan, which quickly swept south from Kazakhstan and unified all of Central Asia behind its rule, and together with the Republic of Bashkortostan formed the Kazakhstani Federation to defend itself from the other up-and-coming faction in warlord Russia, the West Russian Revolutionary Front, under the guidance of the Republic of Tatarstan. Together with Komi Udmurtia, they have caused significant trouble, nearly managing to take Archangels. As the Russian front in the east collapsed, we called upon our Swedish, Polish, and Crimean vassals to come and reinforce the front. We scrambled whatever forces we could and formed a provisional government in Russia under the rule of Kirill Vladimirovich. Currently, our relations with most post-Russian nations are pretty dire. The only nation which stands neutral with us, or even cordial on some days, is the Republic of Volga, Germany, whose only reason not to be aggressive towards us is because of their German heritage. While the situation in Europe has seemingly stabilized, it is even worse in China. The famed general Ma Bufang has formed the Chinese Reclamation Front, together with Yunnan and Mongolia, and are actively waging a massive guerrilla campaign against our backed regime in China under the rule of Chiang Kai-shek. And in a televised speech nationally and internationally, he announced, "With a grim determination to preserve, I shall make a supreme effort to achieve total victory for our counteroffensive and national recovery, and to score a consummate success for our national revolution." Although this has prevented panic from spreading in the nation, it is clear that if substantial military forces and supplies are not provided in a timely manner to Chiang's regime, there is a very good chance it could fall. One of our more stable regimes is the one in Japan, which together with the regime in the Far East have worked to stabilize our eastern Siberian frontier and to fight off Buratian and Sakkatian raids. They've also worked in tandem with the Korean Empire under the rule of Kim Gu to prepare to fight for every inch of the Korean peninsula or the mainland of China to fall to Ma Bufang. In India, the situation has somehow become even more dire. Riots sprung up, and our puppet was not able to put them down. This caused the state of Bengal, Sri Lanka, and Deccan to join forces with the Islamic Republic of Pakistan to form the anti-Indian axis against what remains of our puppet government on the Indian subcontinent. Although Burma, with its impressively sized army, decided to stay neutral, but lent economic and military assistance to the anti-Indian axis. In Africa, the situation is somewhat less dire. Our colonies in the southern parts of the continent are limited to the state of Angola, the Congo, and South Africa, although this has not stopped the neighboring countries from forming the South African Protection League as a way to stave off any potential attacks or expansion from our colonies. With our territories in Azerbaijan handed over to the Turks, this has caused the Iranians to form a pact together with the other Islamic nations and to form the Arab Accords, in order to stand as a bulwark against our further expansion into North Africa and the Middle East. And with Iranian arms, we lost Oman and Aden to Arabic revolts, and these lands were quickly absorbed by the state of Najd and Hejaz. The situation in Europe had to be rectified quickly in order for our armed forces to be able to attend to other, more lacking fronts. The Iberian Empire was expanded into Morocco, annexing what remained of the country, and in order to gain further control over the Mediterranean, Sardinia and Sicilia were absorbed directly under the Spanish throne, together with the Basque countries, to further extend our Atlantic holdings, and the English were rewarded for not putting up too much resistance during our invasions, by only being stripped of Ireland and Scotland. In order to reconstitute the possessions that the Spanish had at the top of their powers through the Habsburg dynasty, we reinstituted the Austrian Empire under the rule of Otto von Habsburg and divided Germany into Bavaria, Luxembourg in order to slowly destroy the concept of a united Germany that could possibly stand against our influence. One of our most controversial policies was to reinstitute the Republic of Turkey. Even though the Turks put up a lot of resistance to our rule, they were the only significant population with which we could collaborate to control the surrounding regions, and thus we had to unfortunately dismantle Romania and hand over Wallachia to them, together with the rest of the Balkans. And now they are working to fortify the border against the Arab Accords and to stave off attacks from the Mountain Republic of the Northern Caucasus. We did not tolerate the heretical beliefs of the Jews, but they were still a very useful peoples, and thus we allowed them to form a state of their own in Palestine, the Sinai and Jordan, where their people could live peacefully under the rule of Rudolf Zabo. This also brought a huge influx of Jews into the region, quickly increasing the prosperity of this new formed state. The northern parts of Scandinavia were unruly and lightly populated. Thus we had to give increased autonomy to the Swedish and hand over the territories of Denmark and the recently captured Russian territories in Archangels in order to consolidate them under a stable puppet government, together with the newly formed Polish Commonwealth and the Crimean government. They stand as the bulwark of Eastern Europe. If they fall, Iberia's control over Eastern Europe falls with them. And now the Americas. In order to better manage this massive continent, we split these territories into new superstates, such as the Palatinate Confederation of Argentina, Paraguay and Bolivia, New Granada to consolidate the four countries of Venezuela, Peru, Ecuador and Colombia into one single puppet. This was the same case for the Central American countries, which were brought under the rule of Maximiliano Hernández Martínez, who was put in charge of managing Central America. The biggest shift came on the North American continent. In order to weaken the behemoth that was the United States, several territories were stripped away from it. Our government in Mexico was rewarded for its loyalty, with several territories in Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Washington. Right now, this government is working to core and integrate these new territories to take full advantage of their industry and population. And with our support, they will succeed. When we got control of Canada, it became clear that we needed to do something about the problem of the French-speaking people in an English majority-speaking nation. And thus we granted Quebec a nation of its own. In order to compensate the Canadians for this loss of territory, we gave them New England together with Alaska, bringing them on par in terms of size with the Americans. And to further strip the Americans of their power, Florida was taken and integrated into the new Caribbean Confederation to rule our Caribbean holdings, with Rafael Trujillo working day in and day out to make this set of islands a vacation paradise for our elite and the crown jewel of our empire. Although it must be remembered that this victory did not come at a light cost. Currently, it is estimated that 31.3% of the Iberian population died in the wars of conquest across Europe, Asia, and the Americas. And it is estimated that this could have horrific long-term demographic effects on our nation. But these are merely just naysayers, trying to slander the power and glory of our nation. Iberia stands high and tall atop the world, ruled by its rightful Carlist king Xavier I. We now lead the new global order, our brightest minds constantly working to bring higher and higher prosperity for the people of our empire, with our men working to make the empire stronger and our women bringing more Iberians into the world. The state has decreed that order be brought to our empire above all, and demanding of every citizen of the empire to stand behind the king and his divine right to rule. The Holy Alliance will not fall. It will defeat all the new enemies of the empire. It will stand tall, and if it can stand together united and tall for 1,000 years, then future generations may say that this was their finest time, saving the world from the degeneracy of right and left-wing ideologues. Long live Xavier II and long live the Iberian Empire. And may all the subjects of the king shout together in unison. For God, gold, and glory. See you all subject of Javier next time, and hope you have a nice day. Bye.
Ha ha ha.